Hi everybody. As you know, my birthday was yesterday, and today I got these two coming through the post, and they were given to me by Brenda Tarot Readings for my birthday. We do exchange decks time and time again, either for Christmas or birthdays, things like that, and I'm absolutely flabbergasted and I'm so pleased. Thank you, Brenda and Andre, her husband. I'm going to do a little bit of a difference with this review, as I also watch other people, of course, doing reviews, and today another video came in, and I'm just going to change, add the, let me have a look, I'm going to add the little picture of me as well, so that you can see me, and I hope you don't mind, because I like talking to you. I feel as if I'm really connected with you now, and also it is it's much more friendly. I just saw a lady, an author of a deck actually. I watch other channels as well, and it's sometimes there's an English lady from Tarot Tad's Tea, and she says, well, why don't you interact with me and send me back a video, or rather make a video and then send me the link, let me know, and I'll watch it. So this is what I'm going to do with the American lady that did a video, tips on unboxing. I do see a lot of unboxings from other people. I know I put all the details in the description box where you can buy them, also the links, the prices at the time of doing the review, because you see the prices at the back of the box. You have your IBSN number, that's where I get it from. I also do the research where you can get it from, because I live in Holland, so sometimes you can get it from bol.com or you can get it from Amazon, and now we have Amazon in Holland as well. So that's why I try to be of service to all my viewers that are watching me doing the reviews, so that you have your background information, so you can go out there, click on the button and order it for yourself. Now there's different types of boxes. You've got the ordinary Hay House box, and I can show you that with the angel, answer of the angels. They've usually got something that you can hold your thumb in there, and you can lift the lid off, which is very easy, except for the light seers. They've got it as well. They are from Hay House, but some of their boxes, let me just have a look if I can find one. Actually, coming to think of it, this might just be a little video before I start doing the review on these two. This is Hay House, so you can see the light seers has it as well, because that's a sort of trademark from Hay House. Okay, but this is a new way of packaging, like the box on top with a lid on top. That's a very nice way of receiving a box. I love that packaging. It's easy to lift off. And I've also seen reviews on the, usually this is an indie deck. It has been damaged a little bit because it was sent. Some of them do get damaged because they get sent in bubble plastic, and when they get smashed about in the post, then it damages the corner. But this one was really packaged really lovely and luxuriously. But as you can see, I do use it quite a bit. Also, you have the big top lid. The top lid is slightly smaller than the bottom, and that is exactly another design, so that you can hold on to the bottom and you can lift off the top. And somebody said they made the lid too small. No, just use your brain and your common sense, then you know why those boxes, the lid is shorter than the bottom, so that you can hold it with your thumb like I just showed you. Now a little bit on tuck boxes. This lady had also something on tuck boxes, on boxes that you couldn't open them, and that people were using knives and scissors. Yes, I've got a knife. Just be very gentle, and I'll show you how to do it. in a gentle way. My decks are my babies, and I do take care of my decks. Now, this is a fairly new one as well, but the tuck boxes, I'm not a favorite of tuck boxes, because usually they're very tight and the cards in the boxes are packed really to such a way that they're too tight and you can't get them out, and you always have to bend, and after a while they do tear. Now with this tuck box, that's a standard tuck box. The sides are not split open here for about 1 centimeter, so that it is easier and not so hard on the tuck box. But definitely, if you do a tuck box, make it a sturdy cardboard and not flimsy. And also here, where the cuts are here in the top, you can see it gets bent back, and but again they've left a lot of room in this with this tuck box. But you can see this is only 2-3 weeks old, this deck, and I've used it for my weeklies, and the corners get damaged. Now there's another person that is an indie deck in a way, and that's the first one that I thought, this is brilliant for a tuck box. This is a cheapy tuck box, very thin. Yes, it is getting worn already. I haven't used it that much, but they've left enough room. But just look at the back. Here it is cut in for about 1 centimeter, so it is not so hard on the tuck part of the box, so it bends with it. And yes, I will do some sellotape on all my tuck boxes to strengthen them. So that, just a little bit of news on the tuck box. Then this lady, she was also talking about gilding, that the quality wasn't as good as it used to be, and I agree on that. You know that I get a lot of my decks from Shiver Red Feather. I think that packaging is absolutely fantastic, and you can't say anything about their quality on boxes, because I think a lot of publishers should take an example on this. And I'll just, like here, this is another box. It looks like a book in the bookcase. This is beautiful. It's flat, they're large, but it gives you an idea in the bookcase as if it's a book. They've also got a piece of ribbon that you can open them up with, and they've got the pull out ribbon. Sometimes it's tucked in like this. They've got a caping so that you can take it out. This one isn't gilded, but this is the Enchanted Love Tarot. This is a beautiful deck, and their books are colorful usually, and they've got ribbons so that the cover don't get bended. So that's one way of doing it, and I've just broken that. It's just come out. I'll have to fix that. Right, very me telling you not to be so rough, and I'm being rough, sorry. Again, I'm going through the cupboard now, so I might as well. I've got another one from Shiver Red Feather. They are so fabulous. Even with the magnetic box, I think they must have designed them, I don't know. So don't take my word for it, but the way the prestige, the transparent tarot, the books are amazing from Shiver Red Feather, and yes, I do use this one very much so. Even they keep everything loose, so if they do fall over, then nothing gets damaged. Also, you've got the little white cloth there, and they layer it up, and it's beautiful. But this is a nice box, the magnetic box. It just clicks closed, and that is one of my favorite boxes. But you can see that the publisher does have an incaping, a slightly different one here, not like a tuck box that you have to be careful when opening it with a knife or something sharp. Now, this is also a deck by Schleifer Red Feather, but you can see everything is level, and not every deck has this dip so that you can put your knife here and you don't damage it. So you have to put your knife in a crank or a creak in so that you don't damage the box. And yet that's what I would just like to say. Not everybody has the same packaging. The packaging is so different, whether it's from the same publisher or not. It is all in the design of the publisher and the author of the deck, and that's why it is difficult to open up, because they're really vacuum packed, or the cover of this is done with cellophane or cling film and then vacuum packed and really tight so that you can practically not open it up. Now, if you know a cigarette packet, then you've got a piece of plastic that is cut or perforated, and you can just pull it off and it will open up. And that's the way I think that publishers should cover the outside box with cellophane, just with that little lip like you have on the other box that I showed you with the ribbon. I think you should leave that and on the side so that people can open it up and can take the cellophane off. That is just one of the differences that I noticed. Also, not every publisher has this ribbon, and in some decks you've got the ribbon on. This is the first time I saw it done it lengthwise, but usually, with the other decks, I've got it here or here, so that you can pull the book out, and you can just pull the book out as easy as that, and that is done. So yes, I think the presentation of Schleifer Red Feather is one of the best. Like I said, those are just some of the tips. Now, I've made a list because once I look at people, I do make comments on my notepad, and then I can talk about gilding. Oh yes, she was also going on about gilding, that the gilding wasn't the quality that it used to be, but then she said, well, don't buy a deck that is not gilded. But how can you see on the outside whether a deck is gilded if it is not written on the outside? So that is just a question for me. If she watches this video, how can you see whether a deck is gilded when it is packed in a box and in cellophane, and you don't? There's no reviews out on YouTube or Pinterest or Twitter like this one is gilded. It's my first red gilded deck, and I love this deck. I'm getting more and more used to it, and well, not used to it, falling in love with it, because I do fall in love. But my favorite decks at the moment is one of these. The transparent is my all-time favorite, and then it was the Shadowlands by Monica Bodersky, and I both know the ladies because I was fortunate enough to interview both of them. Emily Carding is from the Tarot, Transparent Tarot, and I would love to interview Tricia Lee Shuffled, because I think this is an amazing deck. And yes, I do find that the gilding goes off. Even with my Angel Tarot deck, it doesn't matter whether they're gilded or not. They do get this antiquated or antique look about them, and it just shows that you love the decks and that you use them. Like if I turn them around, let me have a look. Then you can see that if I do this, you can see white bits. Well, that's the edging that is coming off, or the decks are by shuffling like that. But the ruffle shuffle, I can't do that. That's the casino shuffle, and you can see they're not gilded. It doesn't matter whether they're gilded or not. They will get this sort of stressed look anyway, and it just shows that you love the cards and that you love them and you use them. and your energy are in the cards, and that's the way it should be. They should absorb all your energy. Like, this is a very good cardstock, very flexible, but also very strong, not flimsy, but you can see it doesn't matter. The edges will get tattered anyway. But this is one of my favorites, the transparent tarot, the wisdom oracle that I've got now, I've wanted for years. Then I've got so many. Believe in your own magic, that's an oracle deck. Then we've got the quantum deck. I've got all kinds of deck. The light says, that was given to me from by Brenda as well. Not all boxes are in the same depth that I've just shown you, that fall in. The loss of gilding is also because of shuffling. The ruffle shuffle is the worst for the gilding, I find, and I've seen. Some don't have a ribbon around it. In the vacuum pack, well, that's when the deck is presented to you. Like I said, usually there's a ribbon around it with Shiver Red Feather, and I just love their presentation. Also, when decks are sended and they're sent in an envelope, a bubble envelope package, then the corners do get stressed out, and I've been pretty lucky. I've only had that happen to one of my decks. It's not this one, it is the same, the opposition deck. That's where the corners got damaged, and you can take up contact with the publisher or the sender, and usually Amazon is very exceptional in their services, and also Shiver Red Feather. Amazon, I've even had that they say you can keep the deck and we'll replace it for you or give you credit, and yeah, that does soften the blow, because it does hurt me when my decks are damaged and I've paid so much for it, especially since the import tax has come in last year on the 1st of July. Sometimes the income tax or the import tax is more than the deck itself, and I think there should that should be changed back to the old-fashioned way, or cheaper, because the Indian decks and little companies and authors send their decks, they lose out big time, because it makes it more expensive for clients to buy a deck. They have to do the mathematics whether it is worthwhile, the deck, to buy or not, and that is what I wanted to say. Well, this video is long and most probably boring for a lot of you, but this is for anybody that likes to watch reviews or discuss about decks, and I'm also open to anybody to come into the live and discuss things like that, tarot or oracle or anything like that, because I would love to work with. I do work together with Brenda and other Anne Ellis and Dean and Kathy, but I would like to talk about things like that, and Dean and I are going to do another series of discussions on another new deck that I haven't put out there yet. But I hope you've enjoyed it. Now I'm going to do the review of both of them, and let me know what you if you agree, and take care, and I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.